You always just got to catch it when I think it's like.
Arteta out, people. We didn't get 7 goals. Now I'm joking. People, deluded. I'm back again. As you can see above my head, Sheffield United 0, Arsenal 6. And this is becoming something that we're doing on a regular basis. Just turning up at people's stadium, making fans leave early, and just annihilating sides. First things first, yeah. We don't know if we're going to win the Premier League. I always say where Arsenal is concerned, I enjoy the highs and I appreciate the lows. Obviously, I don't appreciate the lows, but it comes with football. You know, we're developing something very special at this football club. You know, I think we're up here. We're really good. Just to get over there, if we can make some signings, look after the depth, do 1-2 things, we could be lit. But isolated to today, 6 goals, you know, 6 goals. And what has been the regular theme of my videos and you lot talking about the game is that we could have, we should have, and maybe on another day we would have scored more. Really, I wanted 7, I wanted 9, I wanted 10, I wanted 11, I wanted everything. And you know, obviously March is a big month for us. We've kicked off March in the way that we left obviously February. It's a big month for us. We can't look ahead to the City game because we, you know, got games that we need to be dealing with, you know, tonight, Sheffield United, Brentford, and whatnot. All we can do in this title race is win our games and keep ourselves in the conversation. And, you know, we've got 3 points today. We enjoyed today. We move on Saturday. I don't think we're going to score these goals against Brentford, but we should have relative confidence because of our form of getting 3 points. You get 3 points there. You got 6 points 24 hours after. Liverpool and City. Someone's got to drop points, whether it's a win, lose, or draw for either side. Just keep the conversations going. It's near enough an impossible job for us to win this league, in my opinion, purely because we're reliant on other people. Mikel Arteta before the game said we needed 90 points. The only way we're going to get close to that is by winning these games. And with the greatest of respect to Sheffield United, just like with Crystal Palace, West Ham, and Burnley, with where you are in the league table and all the things I've just mentioned, we need to be winning, and we've won in great fashion. Credit to the boys, you know, we played with aggression, we played with intention. I do think second half was a bit of a watershed moment, both teams kind of accepting the inevitable, but we kept pressing until the dying embers of the game. We were ruthless. Obviously we scored goals, we kept a clean sheet, we got 3 points. You know, we stifled them respectfully, not to, you know, naturally, you know. For the last few weeks, Arsenal, and since Arteta has really developed this thing, we've been talking about how good Arsenal Football Club are, what we're doing. And in the last few games, you know, this isn't necessarily our strongest 11. On form it is, but generally it's not. We've been winning games and all the talking points are about us. Take nothing away from our performance, but Sheffield United, embarrassing today, really. I don't care, I don't support them, but embarrassing, you know, not... Arsenal could score 6 goals and the fans could be filled of pride to some degree if you're a Sheffield United fan. Obviously, losing in this fashion is still hard, but they didn't make it difficult for us. Their kits are not dirty, not to sound like Graham Souness, and they weren't clearing their lines properly. As I said, I don't give a crap about that from an Arsenal perspective, but they embarrassed themselves. They embarrassed the club. They embarrassed, you know, their manager. They embarrassed, you know, the fans, everybody. The fact that the gaffer had to make a substitution when we scored our first goal, 16 minutes into the game, that's got to be been embarrassing for the player who came off, and it's obviously shown that Mikel Arteta stifled whatever game plan. We knew what they were going to do. They were going to try and win the first and second balls. They were going to be direct, respectfully to Sheffield United. They were going to turn it into a fight more than a football game because we're a better footballing side than them. Obviously, we've got the grit, we've got the determination, and there were some periods like that right back, Bogle. I was thinking, oh, calm down, man. You were thinking the only things you could say about this game would be hopefully our players come out unscathed, and we hope Martinelli's injury isn't too serious. Such is life. Players are coming back. Then there's injuries, and that would say that's the only gloss off the game, the fact that obviously Martinelli's picked up a knock. We hope for the best. We didn't need it today, but we need Zinchenko and Tomiyasu fit immediately because Cedric was our only recognised defender on the bench. I don't want it to be like that, but I know Thomas Partey can play in defence. I know Declan Rice can move there, but you see why Mikel Arteta said we've got one of the fittest squads, and that's something him and Edu need to do so that we can reach the promised land. We're scoring all these goals without a recognised striker as well, so tells you Arsenal fans we've got pretty high standards, man. I think it was an amazing game. You know, I think everybody did well. I think Martin Odegaard, my man of the match. The man was wonderful from minute zero. He obviously got on the score sheet, but he was absolutely cooking. Martin Odegaard was brilliant. Jorginho was brilliant. Declan Rice was effing superb. You know, Benjamin White, good performance as well. Kai Havertz, he got a goal and assist. Even if you remove that, I think he's continued doing what he's doing. More of a positive performance from Martinelli, and obviously he scored. And for the first time in a while, I think we've looked equally balanced in terms of a threat off the left and the right. Saka obviously didn't score, but he set up 2 goals. Obviously, a bit of joy for Bogle's own goal. But they tell you in football, put the ball into that area and things like that happen. He obviously set up Declan Rice as well. It was amazing, man. Like, going back through my notes, people. Yeah, as I said, you know, it was a fast start. Saka's hit the bar from what felt like minute 1. You know, Jorginho's looking up for it. Our build-up plays great. Benjamin White was underrated in that regards as well. So it's a good intensity from us in the first 10 minutes. It was a fast start. Obviously, we've got the 2 goals very quickly, and then we've got the third, which shows our ruthlessness, and it's not enough to play well. You need to put the result beyond reasonable doubt, people. You know, third goal, I think it was lovely hold-up, playing dirty work from Kai Havertz. Odegaard's found Martinelli's played a 1-2 with Kirill. He's put the ball in the back of the net. Kai Havertz has bagged, obviously. I big up Martinelli for sheer persistence, has forced an error from a side that's been leaking goals and probably one of the worst Premier League sides I've seen in my 28 years, with the greatest of respect to Sheffield United. Through sheer persistence, obviously, you know, the ball's gone in the back of the net, really, which we're happy with. You know, Saka's obviously set up Rice for the 5th. So to go into half-time at 5-0, that is how you become champions. Maybe not this season, but that's what you need to do. You need to smell that ruthlessness. You know, at half-time, you know, I think we're taking care of business. You know, we're winning in all the areas. You know, everybody's winning their individual battles, and there's a collectiveness from them in that regards. I think there's a lot of professionalism. And while going into a football match, you know, what actually happens are 2 different things, but it is a result, or looking like a result at halftime, what you'd expect Arsenal to do against a team like Sheffield United, given the connotations and the talking points around both teams. We was on it from the first minute, as I said, very professional, very ruthless. I felt we remained very disciplined, which is easy to lose your head when you're in a bunch of good form and you're just blitzing sides, really and truly. I think Havertz is working really well. You know, I think the midfield, all 3 in midfield are gelling. I think Kirill and Benjamin White are looking good. Raya's not having to do much. He did make a save where the offside flag came up, but he's not to know about that. I did think we were purring, really and truly. I think Havertz, again, I have to big up Kai Havertz, man. Arteta's looking like the guy with that sign at 65 million. Who cares again, people? Big up Benjamin White for his goal as well. He had no right hitting that. You don't need to watch football when you play like that. I think Sheffield United are terrible. I think at worst, you had to make it very difficult for Arsenal today, which again, I don't care. I support Arsenal Football Club, but they didn't do that. You play with fire, you get burnt. We've got cannons on our crest. This is what we do. We're not called the Gunners for no reason. It's feeling like an exhibition match. It's feeling like a training match. It's feeling like, you know, when you watch on like social media or YouTube channels where like you have like 4 professional footballers. You know, there'll be 2 goals. That's typically on a fun day out where, you know, for example, if Arsenal opened up the Emirates to, you know, little kids to play against the professional footballers, and there's like 5 professional footballers and like 100 kids. That's what it felt like watching us. It was lovely, man. It's also nice to see Partey and Jesus and Fabio Vieira get some minutes as they're all working their way back to full fitness. I think they all looked off it, if I'm completely honest. You know, I don't really care about Fabio Vieira playing off the right, because I think Arteta saw it as, you know what, Saka, I'd love you to score, but you've had a hand in 2 goals. We need to rest you. Fabio Vieira needs minutes. Go and play. I mean, Arteta, Smith Rowe could have got some minutes today, but I get that. But I'm not really a fan of Fabio Vieira out wide. I know he almost set up Martinelli, but I don't. It's not like a Cole Palmer, Phil Foden, a Bernardo Silva kind of thing out there. But I understand people need to get minutes. I think Fabio, Jesus, and Partey look rusty to a degree, but I'm not expecting anything such as well. Also, I need to big up Jorginho, Odegaard, and Rice if I haven't. You know, Odegaard, absolutely silky. Declan Rice, just all action, free spirit, just defending, scoring, nicking the ball back. The man, like, how can you make 105 million? Our record signing look cheap. And it's like he's always been here. Jorginho doing what needs to be done as well, really. We've got a really good, nice batch of balance at the moment. So we enjoy today. It's a great performance, clean sheet, 3 points, boosting up the goal difference, regulating, dealing with the March Madness, or it is March Madness, really and truly. So yeah, we keep the conversation going. Whether Arsenal win it, I'm not optimistic on winning the Prem. I think it's between Liverpool and City. Of course, I'd love to be wrong, but it keeps going for another couple of days. So if we can, you know, ironically, we've won 6-0, but if we could get 6 points this week, it's great. But we've got some big tests to come, not only this month, but to the end of the season. We've got to go to Old Trafford. Say what you want about Manchester United. We don't travel well there. I'm not saying that to be the doom and gloom, but there's that. Obviously, Brighton are not the Brighton they used to be this year, but Brighton away is not easy. Neither is Brentford at home. The Chelsea game's been moved, but Chelsea seem to raise their standards for the top 6 games. We still need to win that. We still need to go to White Hart Lane, you know, and you still need to pick up points against the teams that you need to, the Lutons, etc. So nothing's decided yet. We go game by game. We enjoy today, and we earn the right to play. Like Mikel Arteta said, we earn the right to play. He said 90 points does it. Let's try our best to get that. And at worst, keep the conversation going at the very least until the dying embers of May. But that's all I've got to say, man. Man of the match, I'll give it to Martin Odegaard. I'd say Martin Odegaard, Declan Rice, Kai Havertz in particular. You know, for me, they would be the guys. Saka did well. Martinelli did well. I think Benjamin White did well. I think Kirill did well. I think the whole team did well, man. But I would say it would be between Declan Rice, Odegaard, and Havertz. For me, I think them lot were just a bit better than what I was seeing. I'll give it to Martin Odegaard. The captain's in a wonderful bit of form, and we got him for 30 million, people. It's ridiculous, and I don't think he's quite in the same realm as these names I'm about to say, but I think he's going to get there, and I think he kind of is with the Santis and the Sesses and the Ozuls. He's the closest thing we've got to that, man. Odegaard's one of the most entertaining players in this league and in this team when he's on song. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on what you think this means of the title race. Obviously, let me know your thoughts on how the game went. Let me know all of your post-Sheffield and Arsenal thoughts. Stay safe, stay blessed, turn on your notification bells, click the description and look at all the links on the socials so you don't miss a beat. Most importantly, thank you for listening. Stay safe, stay blessed. Peace.
Always